Zoning Board of Examiners and Appeals is in session. May I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Tanya Hickok.
Here.
Monica Emerton.
Here.
Jonathan Lang.
Here.
Jackie Savina.
Here.
Skylar Quinn.
Here.
Andrew Romerdahl, Dale Smythe, Dave Hale, and Ellen McKay are all excused. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Taking a look at the minutes. Can I ask for a motion to approve? Moved by Ms. Emerton and seconded by Mr. Quinn. Ms. Emerton, will you speak to your motion?
I move to approve the minutes.
And is there any corrections or amendments to the minutes? Seeing none, is there any opposition to approving the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. Are there any disclosures? I have disclosures. I will be abstaining from voting on the consent agenda, Resolution 2021-10. I was recused from related case 2170. And I will also be recusing myself from tonight's case 2021-89 because I have a work product in that case, and we will not have a quorum for that case. Any other disclosures? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. As I was recused from 2021-10, we will not have a quorum on that item. So 2021-10 will be postponed to the September 9th, 2021 hearing. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda, accepting that item? No? Doesn't need one? Never mind. Are there any objections to approving the consent agenda? Seeing none, we will move on to the public hearing. First case, 2021-82. There's been a request to postpone this case indefinitely. Can I have a motion to postpone? Moved by Ms. Emerton. Can I get a second? Seconded by Ms. Savina. Ms. Emerton, will you speak to your motion, please?
Yeah, I move to indefinitely postpone case 2021-0082.
Thank you. Ms. Savina?
I support the motion to postpone indefinitely.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Is there any opposition to postponing indefinitely?
What was it?
Yes.
What was that? That's not happening now?
No, it's not. We're postponing it indefinitely.
That's why I was here. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and if we could get a vote on the indefinite postponement? And the motion passes, 2021-82 82 is postponed indefinitely. Next item on the agenda, 2021-89. And I've recused from this one, so we do not have a quorum for this item. And I would ask for a vote to postpone this also to September 9th, 2021. Can I have a motion to postpone? Moved by Ms. Savina, seconded by Mr. Quinn. Are there any objections to the postponement? Then we will have a vote. And the postponement passes. Next, we have case 2021-90, and we have a short board. So I will read the policy regarding postponement of public hearing applications. When there is a short 5-member board and a postponement is offered to and agreed to by the petitioner, they will be moved to the next regular agenda. This should occur within 30 days, which does not require renoticing the case. If the petitioner is willing to postpone but unable to attend the next available meeting date within 30 days, the petitioner has a one-time only option to choose the next date certain he or she can attend at no extra fee. When a postponement is requested by the petitioner, there is a rescheduling fee, and a new public hearing date shall be determined by the Planning Division. This will put their case in the next available cutoff date queue as if they were submitting their case for the first time. Is the petitioner present? Yes. Will you come forward, please? We have a short board this evening. Would you like to postpone your case or go forward? Push the red button, please, on the mic. Pardon me, yellow button. It should be down on the base.
There you go. Well, maybe I should put my glasses on if you want me to see something. Oh, turn the mic. Okay.
Would you like to postpone or go
No,
forward?
I would not like to postpone. I'd like to go forward tonight.
Thank you. We will proceed. If you'll have a seat. Will the staff please describe the notice given in this case?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the sufficiency of notice on July 21st, 2021, hearing notices were mailed in accordance with AMC 2103-020H. There were no public comments received, and the applicant provided 2 letters of support from the surrounding property owners.
Thank you. Are there any objections to the sufficiency of notice in this case? Seeing no objections, will the staff please present the case?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this is a request for a variance from Table 2110-6 for dimensional standards in Chuyak Eagle River to allow a single-family home to encroach 17.1 feet into a required 50-foot rear setback within the Chuyak Eagle River R6 district. The home is located on the west end of the property, and the size of the lot is approximately 1.24 acres. It's on a parcel with a terrace with steep slopes and a stream located on the north side of the property. The lot is slope affected, representing an estimated average slope of 25%, and the house was built in 1998 on a terrace, and a garage was built sometime between 98 and 2004. The 3-car garage was built in a conforming location, as shown on the 2004 as-built. Permitting approved both the house and the garage provided for the land use permit and the addition. The petitioner tonight purchased the property in 2004. The previous owners provided the land use permit as built for those 99 and 2004, which are included in the application. So the reason for the variance is the petitioners applied in March for a land use permit to build a great room on top of the existing 3-car garage. So the existing rear setback encroachment of the house was noted during the review process. So in order for them to accomplish their building plans to build on top of the garage, which isn't a conforming location, they need to rectify the previous setback variance. So in the matters of the findings, staff finds standard A has been met. There are physical circumstances in the form of slopes averaging 25% and a stream which affect this lot. There is a 25-foot stream protection setback that runs along the north lot boundary. An on-site septic system further constrains the buildable area of the lot with the septic system downslope of the dwelling and in front of the setback area. Staff finds standard B has been met. There are physical circumstances which impede the development of this parcel. Strict application of the code would require that the property be redeveloped in a manner that conforms to the current 50-foot rear setback, which would involve demolishing a portion of the existing structure and filling in the downslope land for a driveway. A new septic system may likely have to be developed as well. Standard C, staff finds that has been met. The hardship is not self-imposed. The special conditions and circumstances result from the physical characteristics of the lot, which experience an estimated average 25% in elevation. The conditions did not result from the actions of the applicant. The house and subsequent garage addition were permitted and built prior to the applicant's purchase of the property. Standard D has been met. Given the character and zoning of the neighborhood, the 17.1 foot encroachment into the 50-foot setback will not likely adversely impact adjacent property. The petitioner owns the adjacent parcel to the north, and there have been no objections from the neighbors, as well as the closest two property owners immediately affected have submitted letters in support of this variance. Standard E, staff finds that has been met. The requested variance will not change the character of the Chuyaki River R6 zoning district. Granting this variance to encroach within the rear setback will not permit either a principal or accessory use other than what is already permitted under Anchorage Municipal Code. Staff finds standard F has been met. There are no structure separation violations, and if granted, the variance will allow the applicant to resolve the existing house setback encroachment and build additional living space above the garage, which was built in a conforming location. Staff found standard G has been met. It's not applicable to this variance request. And standard H. So this variance request is the minimum variance necessary to make reasonable use of the land. The encroachment has existed since 1998 when the single-family dwelling was originally built, and the variance is the minimum required to allow existing permitted structure to remain in place and allow the owner to build above the garage that is in a conforming location. So with that, staff recommends, finds that all the standards are met and recommends approval of the variance subject to the two conditions found on staff packet, page 6. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the applicant please come forward? Or are there any questions of staff from the board? Are there any questions of staff from the applicant? Will the applicant please come forward, please? Throughout the proceedings, the burden of proof rests upon the applicant, who must convince the board by a preponderance of evidence that the variance should be granted. The applicant, including all of her representatives, have 10 minutes for the presentation and may reserve time for rebuttal at the end of the public hearing. On conclusion of the applicant's presentation, the board members and the staff may then direct questions to the applicant through the chair. State your name for the record, please,
Lorianne Levine.
and please present your case.
Well, like Mr. Odell shared, we have met all the 8 standards for the approval of the variance request, and as much as the teacher in me wants to go through all of it again with you and make sure it's all clear, I'm fine with, unless there's opposition to it, I'm fine with just respectfully asking that you approve the variance, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions of the applicant? Does staff have any questions of the applicant?
No, I do not.
Thank you. You have 9 minutes and 34 seconds remaining for rebuttal. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak?
Feeling pretty special here.
Seeing no one in the audience, I would assume that there's no one who wants to speak on this matter. Do you have any rebuttal madam.
You don't want to hear it. I go through all this again. But thank you for asking.
You're welcome. The matter now rests with the board.
Okay, thanks very much.
Please turn off your mic. Can I have a motion for approval? Moved by Ms. Emerton, and a second? Seconded by Mr. Quinn. Ms. Emerton, will you speak to your motion, please?
Yeah, I move to approve case 2021-0090, variance from AMC 21-10.060 with conditions on page 6 of the staff packet.
Thank you. Mr. Quinn, will you speak to your second?
I second the motion to approve case 2021-0090, variance from AMC 21.10.060 with conditions on page 6 of staff packet.
Thank you. Is there anyone else on the board wishing to speak? Ms. Emerton?
I'll just go ahead and say the findings. I'm going to agree with staff. The findings that he has in the staff packet I also agree with, and that is why I do intend to support my motion.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, we will vote. And the motion is approved. Oh, there we go. Moving on the agenda, reports. There's no one here to report anything. Are there any board member comments? Seeing none, may I have a motion to adjourn? Moved by Ms. Hickok, and a second by Ms. Savina. We are adjourned. Thank you.